Top news as of November 23, 2025. World Affairs. Delegations from the United States Department of State, Ukraine and several European nations are meeting in Geneva to discuss a proposed peace plan for the war in Ukraine. Meanwhile, at the 2025 G20 summit in Johannesburg, 19 of the 20 member states endorsed a joint declaration reaffirming support for the Paris Agreement, despite the absence of Donald Trump, who opposed the statement. At the 2025 United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP30, in Belém, Brazil, delegates reached a deal under pressure, but significant fossil fuel phase-out language was left out, raising concerns about the effectiveness of the climate commitments.
Economy and finance. Investors are bracing for turbulence heading into the holiday season as uncertainty mounts over whether the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates and whether tech and AI valuations have overheated. The S&P 500 is down roughly 4% from its October peak, and the Nasdaq Composite is off about 7%. The market mood is cautious. Without a rate cut and with stretched valuations in tech sectors, many analysts expect a more volatile end to the year than previously anticipated.
Technology. The Google LLC business, worth over $3 trillion United States dollars, is facing renewed regulatory scrutiny in the U.S., with a federal judge considering breaking up parts of its dominant advertising technology operations. Meanwhile, the SpaceX Next Generation, Starship V3, booster exploded in a mid-air accident during a gas pressure test at its Texas facility. Although no injuries were reported, the failure raises questions about its ambitious lunar mission timeline. Additionally, a new trilateral technology and innovation partnership was announced between India, Australia and Canada, focused on green energy innovation and resilient supply chains for critical minerals.
Why these matter. The Geneva talks on Ukraine signal a possible turning point in the war, but the inclusion of controversial territorial concessions shows deep diplomatic fault lines. The outcome could reshape security in Europe and the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The commitment by most G20 nations to the Paris Agreement despite U.S. resistance reinforces global climate cooperation, but the weak language on fossil fuels at COP30 highlights the gap between ambition and action. Financial markets are entering a more uncertain phase. Prolonged rate uncertainty plus high valuations in tech AI could lead to increased volatility and risk for investors. Technology-wise, the regulatory pressure on big tech and setbacks in space programs illustrate that innovation growth is under both political, regulatory and technical strain. The new trilateral tech partnership shows the shifting global tech order and supply chain concerns.